I dislike all forms of government.
But somebody must rule.
And I don't like the word rule.
Well, if we don't like the word rule, let's call it leadership.
Leadership in government is political power, and political power is an official form of antagonizing the people.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Quigley, and today we're making Anarchist Waffles. First, let's go over the ingredients you'll need, which are milk, eggs, waffle mix, cooking spray, and an unwillingness to bend to authority. You'll also need a waffle iron, whisk, tongs, mixing bowl, and a desire to sit on a hill and reconnect with the beauty of nature. The first step is to crack 2 large eggs into the mixing bowl. When you do this step, it's important to realize that anarchism is complex, has numerous variations and different schools of thought, so not everything we discuss in this video will be applicable to every form of anarchism. But that's also kind of the point of anarchism. Next, we'll add some milk. This recipe should be pretty easy, as waffle batter is basically the same as pancake batter. The only key difference is that being anti-state does not mean rejecting all forms of social coordination or decision-making. Just the specific bureaucratic military alienated social machine with specialized layers of armed people which stand separate from and above the rest of society. Next, to add the waffle mix. Pancake mix? Whatever. No measuring, because who cares? What you should care about, though, is the fact that non-hierarchical systems of mutual care have existed long before any formalized governments or states, and will exist for long after they are gone. Now that we've got all the ingredients, we'll grab our whisk and mix it all together. Don't forget to pay attention to the viscosity of your batter. With waffles, you want the batter to be a little on the thick side. The reason why is because, contrary to popular belief, humans don't generally fall into cannibalistic chaos when societal structures fail. On the contrary, most scientific evidence shows that when people undergo extreme stress during a crisis, humans have an inherent tendency to become more cooperative. Once our batter is thoroughly mixed together, we can pull out our waffle iron, plug it in, and turn it on. The waffle iron needs a couple of minutes to heat up, so we should use this time to consider that abolishing the state is ultimately useless without also working to create new systems of mutual aid, cooperation, and voluntary association that can only exist at the grassroots level, made up of working-class individuals using direct action to foster independence from coercive hierarchies and encourage active participation and organization from all people to create an equitable stateless society that rejects the ideals of individualism and exploitation in favor of communalism. Oh! Looks like the waffle iron is ready. Before we can pour our batter onto the iron, we need to grease it up so the waffle doesn't stick. And for once, we're actually going to use something other than butter. Grab any generic cooking spray, in this case we have canola oil, and just give the waffle iron a quick spray on each side. Just don't spray too much, or you might realize that the United States is actually a corporate oligarchy masquerading as a democracy. Now we can pour the batter on the waffle iron, close it, and try not to think about the horrific evil that is the American prison industrial complex. It should only take a couple of minutes for the waffle to cook, so a good way to pass the time is to look up the list of anarchist communities and ungoverned societies that have existed both in the past and to this day. Because, you know, people don't need governments to live. After a few minutes, we can open the waffle iron and see how it's looking. Now we can see the goal of anarchism is to reject all involuntary coercive forms of hierarchy and bring about abolition of the state in favor of self-organization, voluntary association, and mutual aid. Once the waffle has been thoroughly cooked, we can grab our tongs, lift the underside of the waffle, transfer it onto the plate, and we're almost ready to serve. While most people would pair their waffles with maple syrup, I think the book Anarchy Works by Peter Gelderloos is a perfect pairing for the waffle, as it's a practical and informative introduction to anarchist principles and practices. As you can see, I have it pulled up on my phone, as finding a physical copy of this book is weirdly difficult. Do with that information what you will. I'll link this book and a couple others in the description below. And with that, we have finished our Anarchist Waffles. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you like this video and want to see more, let me know in the comments below, and have a good day. Hey guys, I just wanted to take a minute and say that there are a lot of different political ideologies and philosophies out there, all with their own ideas and lessons for us to learn from, but the most important thing is that we don't let our differences divide us. Even if we don't always agree with each other, we can still work together to create a better world, so long as we all recognize that the real enemy is the capital.